Okej, alles klar. Okej.
Welcome everyone to our first press conference here at the Noventi Open 2021. Roger, welcome back to Halle. Roger is a 10-time champion here. He's making his 18th appearance in Halle. Roger, you had your first hit on grass yesterday. How was the feeling and how do you feel in general?
Yeah, thank you, Martin. Look, of course, very, very happy to be back here in Halle. I love coming here, as everybody knows. It's been 20 years now since my first time coming here, I believe. And yeah, I mean, practice on grass is always fun, especially the first one. Feels super natural. I'm taking things still very easy. Yesterday was more just hitting balls and no movement because I'm still recovering from Paris. But look, we'll see how it goes today in practice this afternoon, and then trying to find out when I play next, if it's Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. But from my standpoint, I'm very happy to be here. Of course, I love the grass.
Thank you. We'll start with questions in English. James Padel, please, ATP.
Sorry, Roger. May I ask, what do you like most about this time of the season?
I mean, just in general, I love playing on the grass. It's something that I didn't do as a junior, basically, until I was 17 years old. Just feels like it's the sort of traditional surface of tennis, if you like, you know, with 3 majors being slams, 3 majors being those tournaments back in the day. Now, obviously, we have 2 on hard, 1 on clay, 1 on grass, but still the grass court season is very strong with tennis history. And obviously, Wimbledon has given me everything I ever wanted and asked for. It made my dreams come true to win over there. Got me to world number 1 as well in many ways. And then, of course, Halle has showed me the way, paved the way for me that I would believe I could win also at Wimbledon. So, and obviously it's in the middle of the season, so you're up and running. You're not too tired yet from the beginning of the season. Obviously, you pace yourself as well, and this is also the time of year where usually I always try to peak. So naturally, it also has a very important, it has an asterisk sort of next to the time of the year that I want to play well, and all this bundled together makes it a nice and important and a good season for me.
Francisco, ESPN, please.
Hi, Roger. You played some long matches in Roland Garros. I would like to know how you're feeling. How is your physical condition?
Okay, I was pretty happy how I felt overall. During Paris, first match I believe was 135, the second one was 235, the third one was 335, and against very different types of players and opponents. So I think that was also for me good to play somebody like Cilic, who puts you on the back foot, Kupfer that extends the rallies, and Istomin where I was able to play on the front foot. So I think I saw a little bit of everything. Clearly it's still the very beginning, and you're still playing in the unknown. You don't know how you're going to feel the next day or 2 days later, for that matter. I played so few matches, but overall I was happy with my level of play. The knee needs a rest after an effort like I had with Kupfer. So yesterday was the first time I moved again after basically being 4 days off. And like I said, yesterday was just a half an hour just getting out there and hitting some balls. But I feel the body has recovered. The knee just needs always extra care. And I hope it's also going to react well to the grass. I'm going to probably push a little bit more in practice this afternoon or maybe tomorrow, just to get the body ready for the grass courts, and I hope I have no negative reactions. I'm pretty positive about my chances, because I feel like also going to the clay or going to the hard court is something you have to be able to do, and clearly in training I also bounce around between doing fitness on hard courts in the afternoon and let's say clay in the morning. So I'm confident that somehow I'll be fine in the coming days. But of course I want to stay injury free. That's the most important right now.
Sudipto, your question, please.
Hi, Roger. In March, you remember you said that 100% was the target for you for Wimbledon. So since March and now we are in June, like how has the progress been? Like, are you going towards that 100% that you targeted when you came back in March?
Yeah, I probably would have taken the place I am today. March was still very early days for my comeback, but I just felt like it was a good time to come back. After that, it would have been, if I didn't play Doha, it would have been somewhere early in the clay court season, and I prefer to play on hard courts as I have been playing on hard for 2 months prior to that. So I just felt like it was a good time to come back, and I thought that Doha actually went extremely well overall, because I know my expectations were close to zero over there. So I'm happy I was able to play really 2 competitive matches over there. Ever since, I've only seen improvement, no setbacks. I've anyway had no setbacks for the last sort of 6 to 9 months. It's been very, very slow progress. I wish it would have been faster, but that's how it goes. After I guess the two operations, I have to be extremely careful with every move I do. But now clearly it's really go time. This is essentially where the season really hopefully starts for me, and we'll see. I mean, on grassy, there's no guarantee you're going to win your matches. Everybody knows that. The season is extremely short. You can lose back-to-back first rounds and the season is over on grass, or you could be playing a ton and then we'll hopefully have to deal with, the body again being stressed and all that stuff. But I hope I'll have to experience that and not the first one. So interesting times ahead for me, but I'm happy with all the progress I've seen ever since Doha for me.
James again, go ahead, please.
Hi, Roger. How quickly does it normally take you to get fully happy being on the grass surface? And ultimately, if I were to speak to you in a week's time, perhaps on the final Sunday, what do you want to have achieved out of this week in Halle?
Honestly, because of my experiences coming from the French Open late and then having a half an hour hit, I'm playing in the first round here in Halle like I've done many, many times in the past. I truly feel like I don't need much practice, This year is maybe a bit different as obviously the comeback is still front and center for me. But yesterday, as I was hitting balls, Ivan, my coach, was telling me it's amazing how clean you hit the ball on the grass, how easy it comes to you. And it's true. I just feel like it's very, very simple for me. On the grass, everything, all my strengths get amplified. If it may be the slider wide, the slice, taking the ball early, the returns, where maybe you all think that these are more difficult things to do. For certain players, for me, it comes very natural. So I think it's for that reason it's a good surface. But again, you have to be very creative on this surface. You have to be very positive thinking. I can't think of finding rhythm, as especially here in Halle, things are even faster than at Wimbledon. But I think the body just has to get always ready to the grass court seasons. Usually I get like say a lower stiff back or glutes or hamstrings or groin area gets challenged a little bit as it's in the beginning. Things get challenged on the clay court season, but overall, I'd say it takes me a day to feel comfortable on the grass, not even that. So I'm very